Greetings! My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time, we clawed our way out of the horrible void and back into the land of the living, and discovered that we were a drunken wretch. And a detective, apparently. Although, apparently not a very good one. On account of us being a drunken wretch, no doubt. And also that we have no idea what our name is. What should I even call this guy, anyways? All we know is that he's apparently gold and orange and smells of alcohol. Sounds a little bit like a sunset tequila to me, although those are often more red than orange, but that's splitting hairs. And hairs have it bad enough without people going around chopping them in half, so I won't do that. I don't know. Let's call him Tracer Bullet, why not? Yeah, that's me, Tracer Bullet. I've got 8 slugs in me. One's lead, and the rest are bourbon. The drink packs a wallop, and I pack a revolver. I'm a private eye. Actually, I don't think I have a gun. That sounds like a problem. Well, let's go. Oh yeah, we also talked the ear off of some random old lady trying to get a lowdown on reality and shit. So, the street sign reads, "Fuck the police. Pigs go home." The street name is illegible. Pigs... I'm pretty sure I live in this city, so pigs go home doesn't quite make sense, but alright. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Alright, so where is this? This might be the wrong way. Where is this body then? They said something about yes, hole in the fence. Oh, I was thinking a metal one. Hi. You mind helping me get a body down? This'll be fun.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
I've seen uglier.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno!
A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Oh yes,
Shit
very
coming
important
up
business.
strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Juicy, what now?
I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Oh.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Okay then.
Kuno's riding at sea.
Kuno and Kuno S. Okay, what incredible names. He wipes sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying. This seems like a very lovely neighborhood. Drugged up kids. Drugged up ugly kids, apparently. Why wouldn't you want those in your neighborhood?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kids, you want to hang out? I'm not an arc. Kim, well, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What forces?
You will see.
That's not ominous in the slightest.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
Those creatures. Alright then. Are you kids siblings?
The fuck are you talking about?
He throws another rock.
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
Yeah, you might be right there, man. I don't have time for this. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. That is for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Yeah, naturally. Herbs, huh? I'm gonna talk to him,
The
am
corpse
I?
looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down, sweet Jesus doesn't care.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
Alrighty then.
Yes?
Nothing, apparently. So how are we gonna get him down then? Wait a minute. Okay, for a second there was no
There
rope
are
connecting
several
him.
footprints in the mud,
Yeah, see?
left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Yeah, see, there's nothing there. There's a little bit of thread there, but there's a hole right there. Yeah, there's nothing actually holding him up. It's magic. Let's see if we can get an exact count then. Hopefully.
Maybe
Yeah!
even 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
8. Interesting. Alright, let's go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46.
Alright.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43.
Hobnailed, you say?
4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46.
Wait, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Count more.
5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
Interesting. So either it was a big fat guy, someone wearing, or a more modestly sized guy wearing some kind of heavy gear, like maybe armor or some such, or maybe someone carrying something? Or either that or someone deliberately trying to make very heavy footsteps.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Huh. Interesting. Either they've simply been wearing out their right shoe more than the other, or they're wearing mismatched shoes. I don't know what any of this actually means, but
How many?
the lieutenant has been tracking your eyes movement. 400 million, no, 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Let's say a heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
That's
Let's
my
say
initial
a
guess.
heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
Yeah, that's the most likely of guesses, anyways.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
It could have been an extremely obese person.
From here, the boot the victim wears.
The lieutenant stops mid-sentence. A sudden change in wind direction blows the stench of rotting meat right in your face. He tries to continue.
It's bad. Very bad. Before you can heave, the wind changes direction again. The greenhouse plastic flapping in its gusts.
He appears to be wearing some kind of armored boots. I can't see any exotic prints here. Someone had to carry him. Are any of the other prints deep enough?
No, but he could have walked over here himself, possibly.
An obese person is becoming less likely.
Yeah. But yeah, one of them probably was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. The lieutenant marks something down in his notebook. Alright. Light step. Number 41 shoe.
A woman or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the old soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal?
Oh,
Like a joiner at the harbor.
not a bad
Or
idea.
maybe a drummer?
Maybe.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
That's interesting. One of the people we were looking for is a drummer?
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would
possible.
wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Yeah. Nod thoughtfully.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
I suppose. Yeah, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
The lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
Maybe.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
Ah. That's, very convenient, honestly. But I don't think that implies anything at the moment. What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Alright then. The question is, when did he die? Was it after he was hung or before? Because the obvious implication is that, well, he died from the hanging. But they could also have simply brought him here to make a show of him. Or, perhaps, to obscure his true cause of death. Perhaps to cover for someone? Or, perhaps, to take credit. Now notice, in the footsteps, there's no sign of a struggle, which you would expect if you were carrying someone who didn't want to be carried. Now this could just mean that he was unconscious. Or it could mean that he was dead before they even brought him here. Money? Magnesium. Ooh. Oh, it heals morale, I see. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Am I looking at this pile of the roofing material? What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Do I really have to have high perception to be able to tell that that's clearly not the case? I mean, that's clearly some sort of barricade or some such. Okay,
An
let's try.
inconspicuous pile of the... Because
Oh,
there's a
wow.
secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that. I wouldn't even qualify that as a secret.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Duh.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Alright. Seems like a good idea. Well, first, let me grab whatever this is. Oh, no, never mind. I can't get there. Okay. Let's go in. Empty tube of magnesium supplement. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Oh, shut up.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was thinking about justice. Yeah, that sounds professional. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However,
He points at the ladder in the corner.
see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Alright then. Poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Cured pig's head. It looks modified. Wait a minute. Isn't getting fucked up what people around here like doing? Ooh, yoink. Casually stealing from people because I'm a good detective. Ah, standing on a roof. This seems safe. Let's talk to this piece of clothing. Or not? Oh. Okay, I'm very confused as to what is on what level and what is... Never mind. No. Nice. Hang on. Come on. Go for it. Door is going to collapse soon. Well then, I should quickly run through that. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. Postcard, Grand Caron 37. Huh. I hate the way holding tab, which highlights the potatoes, will also cause them to immediately go down when... Jeez. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. It was ever thus. Alright. Let's go talk to this piece of clothing then. Oh, wait. Money to steal.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Look, Lieutenant. Someone left his cloak behind.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Apparently not, because that requires So that requires French nonsense rather than a... Okay then. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it,
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
Pushing me off.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
Now this is something that taking off my pants could actually help me with. Maybe not my shoes. Well, it depends on the shoes, I suppose. What exactly are we doing up here?
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Possibly.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Let him have this moment of wonder.
His eyes trace the crane's contour as if trying to memorize its majestic shape. Then he notices your gaze.
Yes. We were in the middle of something. Your cloak.
Okay then, let's... No, wrong thing. No, damn it. Let's take our pants and shoes off.
A appalling cloak is still caught on the railing.
Oh!
No one has claimed it for their own.
That worked?
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Sharpening you senses. Nice. Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you, or continue the voyage through the salty air. Let's do this, why not? This can't possibly go wrong.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
He's so on the money, Bratan! Just imagine yourself dual-wielding a bottle and a flaming cigarette, whilst airborne!
Yeah! Sounds like fun. Continue the voyage through the salty air. This is all very dramatic for a simple jump,
As the concrete
but alright.
floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive. Alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Alright then. Whatever gets your... Wherever you can get your kicks, I suppose.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
I do believe that's the most dramatic that jumping down a handful of feet has ever been. Alright then. Here we go, Esprit de Corps and +1 Shivers. That's strictly better than this one. Sweet. Nice. I'm needing needing French nonsense a lot more than I expected. Maybe I should just keep these pants and shoes off. Nah, that would look ridiculous. Collecting rainwater. Ooh. Oh, I can't get to that, damn. These 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles of Kona Red and potent Pilsner.
Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Wait, how hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do that? Did I do this? Did I do that?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
I'm still not completely convinced with me. I must have been on an advanced scouting mission in the harbor. This is really sad. I must have been miserable.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
He turns to leave. No, he doesn't. He's still in the same position. Let's talk to this the little...
This is the night
booth.
watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
I'm a cop. It's instinctual to collect evidence. I'm making an artistic photo collage, Kim. Something about this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing.
Fine, but let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Alright. Black and white photo of a couple posing in front of a Ferris wheel. The girl is young and pretty, and the man is clad in fancy uniform and smiling. On the back, a very steady hand has written the words "Revival Fair, Summer of '91." Oh. All around you, great machines and quiescence. Oh, how did I miss that door? Hang on. What's this? It was emitting strange buzzing sounds.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Interesting.
The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Sure, why not?
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns?
Undoubtedly, no.
Alright, I might try this again later.
Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing.
At least I didn't lose my coins.
The already familiar.
Well, I guess I did lose them, but at least I didn't lose what at least I didn't actually, you know what I mean. Book. La Fume, Volume 1, Number 4. The leading intellectual organ of Martinet communism. Yeah. Offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Faisal with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head. I must admit, I'm not familiar with Martinet communism. I've heard of a lot of branches of communism, but I haven't heard of Martinet communism. Postcard. It's my second postcard so far. This laminated postcard offers a glimpse across the river. A little more than a decade after the war, the eastern bank is already fully renovated. The hillsides are lush with gardens and residences. Someone's parked a small beige airship by the fountain. This postcard will sell for a pretty penny. Standard office file cabinet. Doors seem to be locked. Wait, but who would buy a random postcard from some random bozo on the street? Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Good to know.
At second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
Oh ho ho!
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
The Union, you say? I've got a spotty history with unions.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Right.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Why are they always brown? Wait, those don't look brown to me. Those look white. Or maybe grey. They don't look brown.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
Muindi? That's really not how I expected that word to be pronounced. Are we sure that's... I guess it could be a typo, but probably not.
And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Jamrock, huh? Sounds like a funky place.
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself to go through the folders.
Whatever's hidden here
Easy.
is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Alright. Never mind the note. Close the drawer. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters.
Woohoo.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
This has got to be a code of some kind, doesn't it?
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
On the face of it now. Let's take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
I don't know.
All items on the list, the drawer slides shut smoothly.
Alrighty then. It might be nothing. Uh-huh, nice. Ooh, neat office shades. +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. Huh. Would have expected shades. I guess they are neat office shades, but oh well. They were stuffed away in the Dock Workers Union office. They're perfect for scribbling down paperwork when the sun tries to get in your eye. Good for staring down suspects, too. I suppose. +1 visual calculus, Eye of the Reckoner. -1 drama. A bit dry. Okay, where do they... Here we go. Alright. Just casually robbing the place. This is a Dewey typewriter. Model name is on the back. I look ridiculous. Every worker equals member of the board is written on the top of the flyers. At the bottom, the union logo and demand democracy. Yeah, I've heard all that stuff before. Funny how easily it can. Funny how incredibly easily it can slide into. Well. The door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. You have no choice but to talk to the union leader. Maybe. Ah. Or maybe steal someone else's pass card, I suppose. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. Oh, that reminds me, we found the body, haven't we? Means I can
Yes.
maybe ask him more about...
What do you want to
Something?
know? Good.
Wasn't there... No, wait, I've got to inspect the body. I probably can't do that from when it's all the way up there. There's the other side of that door. Nobody comes close to Measurehead. What a name, Measurehead. Sounds like a dweeb.
A rusting control panel with several knobs.
Hehe.
2 buttons marked Marsh and Arret are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Well, that's probably go and stop, so to speak. For whatever it is.
Marsh.
Yeah, exactly.
Arret. Off.
Okay.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Wow. Okay then.
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose, which has now been fulfilled. To move this container.
What's inside the container?
Who can say? All you know is, it's special.
Okay
Can't
then.
see how that was worth the records. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Don't say I don't ever do anything for you, Kim. It's true, but don't say it. Nice. Yoink. Alright. Let's see what's inside here, if we can open it.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I don't know, Kim. It just feels special.
It's a cargo container, detective. Just like all the others.
Yes, but this one I could actually interact with. Doesn't even look at it.
We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Knock on the
No
door.
reply.
Imagine that.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open. Yeah, let's try. Why not?
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
The lieutenant looked startled. Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Maybe I should be talking to my own head inside my own head in the future, actually. Okay, then. Well darn. We see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Gevalsand. Man, when am I gonna actually get some skills for once? The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. The speaker tower is silent. There is no work to organize in the yard below. Nope. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. Darn. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Which is almost as bad as unburnt coffee. Oh, yo. Container, container, container. I don't know the meter of that song.
Container, container,
Oh.
I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Yeah, I could have gathered that.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Sick? Okay then.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Doesn't even rhyme. The tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Hi!
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Shadow passes over his kind face. Actually, I am, yes! No, of course not.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Yeah, true enough. It doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer. Which is why, of course. Yeah. You know, folks gotta eat. And unions gotta break their kneecaps or just bludgeon their heads in for not wanting to starve to death. That's just how things gotta be, isn't it?
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Yes, I am aware they are part of a union. And and therefore capable of incredible violence against people that aren't good, upstanding members of a union. Never mind that now, though. You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Arish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Okay, then. Right. I see. So it's a so that's clearly some kind of this world's equivalent of Ireland.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Yes, much obliged. What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
You wave at the containers towering behind him. What's going on here? Look at the mountains of containers rising behind him.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors.
Huh.
It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Huh. Yeah. This looks like a massive redecorating operation, Kim.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Leo, has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Thanks, Leo. You've been very helpful.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Right, then.
Bye-bye now.
Banish tags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Alright,
Oh,
then.
hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
Okay, then. I have some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes. wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Where is everyone? The harbor is empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
He pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What kind of trouble did this Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Uh-huh. You are an incorrigible gossip, aren't you? Oh. Really? Did they kill someone? It is seeming like the most obvious suspects, which makes me even more suspicious. What did they actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Yeah, that... Judging from his description of it, it doesn't exactly sound like it matches what happened. I mean, I could imagine them beating someone's head in, but dragging them over, carrying them over, a person over, and hanging him from a tree? Well, I'll reserve judgment.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this under hearties.
He looks to you for assistance.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
Okay. Okay, Leo, let's hear about this fight you got into.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here.
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Interesting. Anything we find in there probably shouldn't be in there, because of course no one's working.
Told you.
Shut up. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Special
it's
how?
Very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Ah, so drugs, then. Or some such. What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Brew it? Brew it? Isn't borscht a soup? Brew is an odd thing to use as a verb for making soup. Hold up, who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
I mean, it could just be, like, soup cut with alcohol or something, but something else is off about this borscht. I'm going to look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
Alright. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raises his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away.
Ha.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
So she's the right-hand woman, then.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
Huh. I don't know what that means.
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
You don't have to tell me that. Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr.
You're a sharp
Everett
tool.
put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure.
For a fraction of a second, there's sadness in his eyes.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this place would totally fall apart if you didn't shine the bossman's shoes, Leo. I think you're doing a great job around here, Leo.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
The lieutenant smiles at the little man.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really.
He didn't think it was possible, but the smile becomes even wider.
Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinez, but the recognition from an authority figure made Leo's day.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dockworkers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Yes, I'm aware that they're brothers. You don't have to keep telling me over and over again. Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
He points to the two joint containers on your right. Okay. The special borscht. This is his office? Quite an office. The coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. A stair made of pallets leading up. Rather quaint place here. You have taxidermy fish that tells time. Very quaint indeed. Okay, the very obese man theory is becoming more plausible.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
A walrus of a man. Now, don't be rude. Walruses are perfectly noble creatures.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you,
I mean, I get that they look rather dopey on land, but in the you get them in the sea and they look downright elegant. Oh, maybe if we get him in the sea. Are you leave without comment? Yeah, let's do that.
Have a good day, Mr. Dubois. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
Okay then.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat.
He gestures to the minuscule folding chair opposite his huge desk. Mr. Dubois. I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
Actually, I was just leaving. I don't sit. It's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future,
Alright then.
I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
He turns back to his typewriter.
You're no Titan of Volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Damn it. If only I had like one more point of volition. Sadly, I haven't actually been able to get any skill points. Or any bonuses from items. Nah. Alright then. Time to go.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time.
Why are you calling me Mr.
Please,
Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse.
He's trying to throw you off your game.
Have a good day, Mr.
What if I stand on the chair, though? Oh, I'm fucking 5 XP away from leveling up. Maybe if I can get like a bit of XP somewhere, I can level up Volition and then not have to sit. Alright then, be right back here. Let's do that. Let's go nip on over and do that side quest. Ooh. Okay, good to know. Any way of getting
You're
through
back
here
before-
now. Wait, how do I get back? Wait, shit. Uh-oh. You refuse to climb up, damn it. Well, I'm trapped. I think I literally cannot leave until I talk to him. Shit.
Yes?
I could try for this, actually. Let's try it then.
What if
Uh-huh.
you did it?
What? What if you did it? That's, I don't know. Those sorts of twists are kind of gauche. Did what? I can't even remember what the case is. What was it? Ah, but that's the perfect alibi. Not only are you the detective, but you can't even remember that you did it, and therefore you can't give anything away. No, it's a terrible idea. I've seen plots like that. They never go well. Problem is, even if you don't know that you did it, you can still give shit away, because someone who knows that they did it and knows how to lie about it is going to be far more persuasive than someone who actually doesn't think that he did it. Especially if he actually did it.
It is murder, of course. Murder. It can't be anything else. And you did it. And then, horrified by your own actions, you drowned out the memory.
I mean, possible, I suppose.
Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it.
Kim, I think I may be the murderer. I killed the man and then tricked myself into forgetting about it.
And what has led you to this conclusion?
My chest feels hollow, like I did something terrible.
That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass.
So you're saying I didn't kill him?
I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Alright. Well, that didn't lead to anything except my first level up. Alright, let's put it into volition then, because we cannot let that bastard force us to sit. Oh, hang on. I think I might have already saved, whatever. There we go. 5. And if this doesn't work, I am going to kill someone. Probably you, dear viewer.
Mr. Dubois. Please, Mr. Dubois.
He's trying to throw you off your game with...
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I, too, have Should you find yourself...
Alright.
Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, in a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave.
I am going to kill someone. That's kind of an odd number. Number 11. How does that even work, anyways? It doesn't seem to be a roll. It doesn't seem to be a roll like the others were. So how is 5 become 11? I don't know. Shit. Well, we're at a bit of an impasse here. Because I refuse, absolutely refuse to take a seat. Because goddammit, I have my damn principles. So, I guess I'm gonna end the episode here. I'll see if I can find a way to actually to get around this next time. If you got any ideas, make sure to put them in the comments section, and I probably ignore them. But until next time, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason subscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.